So I'm gonna raise this shelf about a foot. I marked it, and then I'm gonna raise this to go with this as well. I have to cut this down. And this is on a stud, so these things are nice because I won't have that no more. And I'm gonna cut it right here, and this will support that. And I mean, this is gonna be a little flimsy, but what are you gonna do? That's how they want it, right there. And you just can't put a lot of weight here, because this is it's not solid no more. So it looks like they did it right and found the studs. Most of the time, all of these are in drywall. Like this is in drywall, and it's not very good because it does its job, but the studs are better, and that adds support. And now, to get these nails out, I forget how I did it. I think I used the wire cutters to get behind it. Just yank them out like that. You could use the needle nose pliers, but so I took everything out. This is where he wants it. So this is where the studs were screwed into the studs. So it's already preset. They're stuck in there. So I'm just gonna move it up to the line and just screw it in like that. And then I'll take my level and level everything out. And it's easy as that. So, yep, there you go. I get my level. Make sure everything's level. Since these already had drywall anchors like this, I have to drill holes. That's why I like just using the wood one-stop pop. Now I have to drill the holes, put this in a hole, then put the nail in to grab behind the drywall. But if you want extra support, maybe 10 pounds each. So just close it, and maybe that's a little too big. Maybe it's this one. If this one's too small, then it's a little bit too small. Maybe the big one is better to go with, because it's going to open up anyway. So how big the hole is, just this little bit isn't going to make a huge difference. Sometimes the hole winds up coming out a little smaller if you match it up like this perfectly. It just works out to be that way. So I may just pop 2 more screws in the wood in the back, just so this is level and I don't have to worry about leveling it out later. So the bubbles right in between the lines is level enough for me. So I get 2 screws. So I like having a magnet on here. Sometimes I forget how the level works, so I kind of pick it up on this end to see which end needs to go up. So this is perfect. That's perfect. To hang these up, it's nice to have this as a template, because then you can mark the holes before you drill them. But now, since this is the only one that I have, I gotta figure something out. Since I'm not going to be using that one, I might snip. So I'll just use this as my template. And maybe I'll just keep this because I installed these before. So maybe I should just keep this as my template. And these as well. It's good to have one of these as your template too. I might use that one that's cut right here and just cut it right there. Template. So now that I got my piece to help me out, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna line it up, make sure it's level, mark the holes, and this hole gets a screw. I marked it, drilled it out with my drill, put it in. Still need to put the nail in, but I'm gonna put this screw in first. So now it's better to be organized. And now, since these nails were already in, they should just push right in. And there you go. I need to do the other side. When and if you do take on this job and you have to use the nails instead of screws for the studs, be careful, because most of the time the stud finder won't find a pipe or a wire. So when you drill into the drywall, just drill enough to puncture the drywall, because if it's a plastic pipe, then the drill will easily rip through that pipe. So I lost my pencil somehow, but I just marked the holes with the nail. Bam. Bam. And wedge them in there. Like that. Like this. Maybe when they're brand new, maybe you have to take a hammer and lightly tap them in. But see, it looks a little crooked in the back. But I guess that's the way the thing bent over the years. But it's looks a little better now that it's up. This side is up. But it's going to be strong. So let me finish taking these out. And then I'll bring you back when I cut this. So you can put them anywhere you want, but since I'm just raising this, I'm gonna kind of follow what I had before and just put it right here like that. I'm just gonna make a hole just so I know where to drill. See? And then I'm gonna pop this in here. I'll kind of move that out the way a little bit. Let it. There you go. There you have it. So I got this out, and you should let it have a little space on the end right here to accommodate for that, so you don't have to get it exact perfect. So I just take it off like that, raise it up right here, and I marked it with my pencil right here. So I'm probably gonna cut this one because this one was a little too short. And then just make sure it's bam, bam. Have a hacksaw in my truck, so I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna probably cut this outside because he has wooden floors, and I'll probably just cut this outside so I don't get metal shavings on his wooden floors. You know, and I'm kind of scratching his floors up, so I'll do that. I'll mark this one, and then I'll take both these outside and cut them. For this one, I'm gonna do the same thing. Just kind of eyeball it, because you're not putting it up yet. Eyeball it to be right, and then this is already on the wall, so I'm gonna probably just be like that, right there, and just cut it all across. So this is the closet that he has. This right here, it has this. It's a little bit different, but I think they maybe just upgraded. It's probably the same make. This is what's in there now. So I just decided to cut it in here, and I will just use this to catch the metal shavings, just because I don't feel like running up and down, and I can do it right here real quick. It's like that. And before you start pressing down hard, do it lightly so you don't skip and mess it up. But in this case, I didn't mess up so bad, so I could just put this plastic piece over it, and it'll cover a little bit. So see right here, I lost track of the stud. I think the stud bows or something maybe. So I use this. This is 100%, because if you find a screw in the stud, there's never going to be a screw in a pipe. They screw the drywall to the stud, the magnet. And so you go like that, and you just find this screw in the stud right there, and it gets the screw, so you know that's the stud. I use a stud finder too. I use both of them. They're handy. It happened again. I don't know how the stud came from here to here, but this went straight into the drywall. Because this side wants to be like that. See how much that throws it off? Now if I pick, see the level, the bubble in the middle? Right, this one right here. So if I pick this up, see how much of a difference that makes? And now that's going to be beautifully level and perfect.